Hello, welcome to our live stream. We're having such a good time in the backstage. I forgot almost to make it live. Welcome everybody. As you can see, we have SassyGal Prepping here.
Woo!
And if you're just tuning in live, thank you so much for taking your time out of your busy day to join us. And I can hear a bit of an echo. So if there's any other,
I had to take care of that. That was me.
Yeah,
There
no,
we
that's good. Sometimes it's me because I've got screens and stuff. So I just tested mine. It sounds good. Yeah, so if you're catching this on the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to listen to the replay. And as you can see, yeah, SassyGal is here. Welcome. And it looks like there's tons of people in the chat. So I'm just going to quickly say hi to a few people, then we'll turn it over to SassyGal. So we have Nate. Thank you for being here. Cold War Prepper. I am obsessed with your new coffee video. Actually, SassyGal and I were just talking about it backstage. So anyone who's listening, if you're not already subscribed to Cold War Prepper, get on over there and subscribe. And we have, let's see, who else is here? WVFD Firefighter 41. Thank you for coming by. It sounds like you were in the other live stream and you came by, so thank you. It's very appreciated. Apartment Prepper, good to see you. Great Instagram account, everybody. Go on over there to get ideas. Both of us were talking about that Instagram account. It's all really great to have tips for places with smaller spaces, of course. Texas Prepped is here. Arkman, Arkwellman Survival, one of my favorite channels is here. Definitely check out that channel as well. Cubabound, good to see you. Jeannie, hey, how's it going? How are your seedlings doing? Anyway, Jean's here. Hey, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Sugar in the Attic Homestead, another great channel. I've seen 2 videos by Sugar already this morning, and they were awesome, so check those out. Homestead Aquarius is here. Hey, nice to see you. There's another good channel. And Prepper 101, how's it going? Good to see you. So if I missed anyone, sorry. And I have to get back into asking SassyGal to please, can you introduce yourself? I know a lot of people here know your channel, but just in case they haven't, can you tell us a bit about where you're located and a bit about your channel?
I still feel like I'm still new to this thing. So I'm SassyGal Prepping. What's prepping, y'all? That's how I start all my videos. I am on the East Coast of the United States, the Mid-Atlantic region. I don't know my grow zone, so shame on me for that. Let's see. I started my channel in September when it was National Prepping Month, I believe. And I've been a prepper, sort of pseudo prepper. I've been more of a stockpiler. I'm a big coupon shopper, and I would stockpile, buy things that I don't need now for when I would need them later. And so that's how I kind of started doing all this before I even realized I was like prepping. And so I do a lot of that on my channel. I talk about where to find deals, how you can find dollar deals, how you can save money, how you can find more room in your house for storing things, alternative storage, like using those old Gatorade bottles and putting rice or, beans in them and stuff like that. So, but I am all about prepping for life. So prepping for everything, not just for food and, prepping for the unknown, I guess, but for everything from financially, mentally, physically, and all of that good jazz. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, and you have a really great intro to your videos. Can you tell us what inspired you to do that? I know it's kind of a side topic from what we're going to talk about today, but I'd love to.
No, I was nervous about making that intro, but I wanted something that was impactful, that kind of covered some of the things that I'm passionate about. So like the first part of the intro where you see the book burning. It's not any specific book, but it was just, that it, how we're censored today and speaking what we want to say and talking about things. And I even have heard in some cases that they're actually censoring some books in some certain areas, at least here in the United States, from certain libraries. And then there's the gal with the rifle, and I like to do that stuff.
Mhm.
And then the gal at the end walking through the fields, and she puts herself with the flag, and that just to me, it's just this is what it's all about. It's about freedom, freedom to live how we want, um, and that's what America's all about. So anyway, that's how I put the video montage together. So
That's cool. Well, if anyone hasn't seen your videos, I'm sure most people have, but if they haven't, they will have that to look forward to. It's very
a
cool.
little rocky too. I kind of,
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm like, whoa, this is good. Yeah, it's great. It's great. So, the topic today, of course, we just want to get to know you and your channel a bit more, but also talk a little bit about food shortages. Are you noticing anything in the stores that you go in? Because I know you do lots of hauls. Does anything look sparse to you at this time?
Nothing like what I have seen from some of the big cities. I am fairly out in the country, kind of in the mountains, Shenandoah Valley, if you've heard Blue
Mhm.
Ridge Mountains, going through the central that part of there in Virginia. Um, and so I do think location matters, but we have lots of holes in certain things. Like all last summer, the Gatorade was all gone. There was nothing, and water was really low. I don't know what that's about, but there's holes in certain areas. I haven't seen anything empty as far as other from 2020 when everything was empty then. I
Yeah.
haven't seen it go back to that point yet. Um, there are, I don't know, it's different with certain like dollar stores. It depends on what season it was. I went into a Walgreens and they had that's a pharmacy here, and they
Hmm.
had lots like everything with medicines, cough syrups, pain relievers, that kind of stuff was all gone. Things like COVID test kits, those were like gone toward the end of last year. I don't know what that
Hmm.
was all about. It was like they just disappeared in the
Hmm.
pharmacies and then they came back. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a shipping thing or not. So where I am, it's sparse and but it's expensive.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay. So is the price increase more of a worry for you or than physically finding stuff?
kind of the price increase right now.
Mhm.
Some of your important things like meat and some dairy. My
Mhm.
eggs, though, I was just talking to, if y'all know Linda's Prepper Kitchen, we
Mhm.
follow her as well. She was talking about getting eggs at her Walmart. She's, of course, she's in a different state, and her eggs were twice as much as what mine are priced here at my Walmart. So that has me a
Wow.
little concerned. I guess it depends on location. And then someone else mentioned that, where they're at, it was even higher. So I guess it just depends on the region you're at, which I find is strange, especially with a Walmart chain. You would think they would kind of be the same across the board as far as that goes, but yeah, hers were twice as much as mine. So that makes me a little nervous about people getting priced out of being able to buy things that they need.
Oh, totally. Look, Jean's saying hi to you from
Oh, geez.
Illinois. Our area has no eggs or hard to
Ooh,
find eggs here. Pasture is the other issue. That's so interesting.
no eggs. Wow.
Yeah.
What about farm? We were checking about farms. Oh, apartment prepper, would she say?
Bought a 60 pack of eggs last week for $10. And where did you get those, apartment prepper?
If she's talking about Walmart, I think they have a big box of 60
Mhm.
eggs. Comes in a And my last time I checked, mine was $8.18 for that, for 60.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look, Heroic Prepper is here. Great
Hey.
channel. Noticing lots of growth on his channel. Awesome. Good to see you. Okay, so Walmart.
Okay,
Hmm.
Walmart. All right. So again, location, because if she's paying 10, I'm paying 8 for the same amount. And the
Yeah.
sandal, what she's talking about is that big box.
Yeah.
So I just did some price checking on my Walmart on Sunday and was trying to price out, okay, what is it for eggs if it's just basic Walmart brand
Hmm.
versus the organic free range hoity toity brand of eggs. And so it ranged from $1.68 for just 1 dozen of great value brand, and then it went to like $5.64 for the expensive free range brown fresh whatever eggs. So
Yeah, we're looking at about $6 or $7 Canadian for those Bougie eggs.
Bourgeois. Okay. Oh my
What
goodness.
else? Yeah, so 60 eggs, 7.99 at my Walmart.
Okay. Okay. So
And
people are still finding them, they're just high, I guess?
yeah, and do you have any worries with the whole health situation with birds that we'll see less eggs coming up or less fresh chicken, things like that?
I'm very concerned.
Hmm.
I haven't seen anything hit in my area. I know some people have posted on YouTube that their, um, chicken meat cases, or even eggs have pretty much disappeared, but I
Hmm.
have heard a few news reports where it was, if there is chicken, the news is even saying it's gonna be more expensive,
Hmm.
and so I just can't even imagine can't even imagine what that's gonna be like.
Yeah. And so do you do things like buy canned chicken or can your own chicken, things like that?
I do buy a lot of canned chicken. That's something
Hmm.
I buy every time I go to my favorite discount store. And so I do stock up on a lot of canned chicken. Um, I don't have a lot of chicken in my house.
Hmm. It, what is your favorite discount store?
It's called Sharp Shopper,
Ooh.
and it is just in my region, in that Mid-Atlantic area. It's only in, their headquarters is in Pennsylvania, so they're Pennsylvania, then the tippy top of Virginia. They might be in Maryland, but there are not very many stores. And I used to drive from where I live up into Pennsylvania with a couple other people, and we would buy like a month at a time. Just and we would just carpool and or share a big, what do you call those big, like a big Tahoe or big Suburban, and then we would just pile our stuff in there and make a day of it. And then they put one in my town, and I was so excited. So
I
now I only have
bet.
to drive 4 miles to it.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. So I guess the only way we can go is by vicariously living through watching your videos. I guess that's the only way.
Yeah, I wish everybody could have a Sharp Shopper. There's a lady down in Tennessee that I watch that she has some discount store that she goes to, and she can beat my prices. So I'm like, "Where are you shopping?" Because
Wow.
yeah, she got a lot of good deals. Um, so anyway, yeah, that's how I built a lot of my stockpile, is going to Sharp Shopper. Um, and when 2020 was here and we started having the panic buying and stuff, the since it's like a warehouse in there, and so they really just stock stuff on top of pallets. It was like you could see all the way down to the pallets. It was bare. It was pretty scary back then, and I haven't seen it get down that far yet. There was a little bit, I don't know, about a month ago, and you
Mhm.
could start to see over the top of, like the top part of the stack had come down, so you could kinda see into the next aisle. Woo, that's a little low for
Wow.
me.
And how much is your Dollar Tree right now for all of the Dollar Tree haulers in the chat? Because I know there are a few. Because I can see that Nene's here. Hey,
Yay,
Nene.
Nene!
But are you at $1.25 now?
Yes. The store in my area went up to $1.25, I think, yeah, right at the beginning of January. So, I was a little disappointed, but I knew it was coming.
Yep.
We call it the 5 quarter store. So
Oh, I like it. I like it.
so yeah. So, I don't know, I would like to hear what other people think about the quality of the products that they have in there. They have some
Yep.
new things. I think they're trying to make it seem a little bit better if you're having to pay that extra quarter for the quality of the product that you're getting.
Yes, exactly. It looks like there's lots of people here. Wow. Preparedness veteran. I'm trying to think of what time. It's evening time for you over in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Rita's here, South Carolina, and I guess there's a bunch of discussion in the chat about chicken
Mm.
and egg pricing discussion. And hey, Grayman Prepping, what's up? Thanks for stopping by. Great. Well, so what are you hauling right now? What are you stockpiling right now? What are you concerned about?
Um, Meat.
Mhm.
In fact, I have in my Walmart cart right now lots of canned meat ready to go pick up later. Um, and then I just got supplies this weekend to do water glassing to store eggs long term. And
Nice.
I did find a channel, I watched a couple videos on how to do it with store-bought eggs. You can do it with your farm, of course, right, straight from your hens. You could do it from your farm as well. But since I'm not too close to a farm,
Mhm.
I did find that you can actually do water glassing with store-bought eggs. You just have to put a pseudo bloom coat around it. So if you have something like lard or tallow or something like that, you can buff that into the shell and then do the water glassing with it.
Oh,
So we're gonna practice, and I'll do a video on that, but I'm gonna practice with some eggs that I'm willing to sacrifice in case they if they don't work.
yes. Those sacrificial eggs. Yes.
Right, like, they're gonna crack, and then I'll test it in a couple months and see if they're okay, keep testing them. So we'll see, but I wanted to try to do that before, we can't find any eggs.
Yes. Do you do any dried eggs or anything like that?
I have not.
Hmm.
Like dehydrated eggs?
Yeah.
Have you done that?
Well, we do have some freeze-dried eggs and some
Okay.
different types of dehydrated eggs. I know Happy Yak makes a decent product. I've tried it in baking. But then there's other alternatives for baking that a person can use. And I think it's good to, if a person does do things that require eggs, learn backups or alternatives for eggs
Right.
just in case for something to stick things together. Some people use applesauce, and there's those little egg substitute packets you can get that
Mhm.
vegans use and stuff like that. It does look like there's a question, and if anyone has any more questions, which I'm sure you all do for Sassy Gal, if you put them in caps, it's easier for them to stick out. We've got Preparedness Veteran. What types of foods do you aim for when shopping? Meat is like gold.
Definitely meat. I do, when I go through my discount store, since they don't have like everything a normal grocery store would have, I'm always looking for meat is number one. And like number two would be anything canned vegetables and canned beans. And then third on the list would be canned fruit.
Yeah.
As long as I can find that, anything fruit cocktail, mandarin oranges are usually really common.
Hmm.
Um, and be careful of pineapple, y'all. If you get by your canned pineapple, just watch it because it can kind of, I don't know what it is. It'll kind of leak through the can. Maybe it's not very good for long term. So just watch your pineapple. Um, and then I go from there. I go down to the staples, pasta and rice. Those are always kind of just throwing those in my cart every time I go.
Yeah, exactly. Do you do any unusual, I don't know if the word's unusual meats like canned mussels or oysters or sardines or any of that kind of stuff?
It's interesting. I don't do any of that. I have a freezer full of venison, if that's
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
learning how to can meat. I still don't really know how to do that. Um, I'm nervous about canning meat, but everybody says, just do it, just do it. And I've got a freezer full of that I want to get canned because I don't want to have to lose power and lose all of that meat that my husband worked so hard for.
Yeah, absolutely. I noticed a couple comments here back to the pineapple thing. Green
There
Man
you go.
Prepping, very acidic, eats the line on the cans, preparedness veteran. So, yeah, the chat's really great. So much info, and I am going to go through the comments after so I learn from all of you guys
Yeah.
everything that people are saying just in case I miss it because I'm so focused on this chat. Oh, Jean, thank you so much. That is
Aw,
a super sticker. Thank you.
yay!
Definitely
Look at
didn't
that.
need to do that, but oh, you did. So thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to see your comments on videos and other chats. I always see Jean in all the prepping channels chats, and it's nice to see Jean over there.
Yay.
Anyways, so the one thing I like as a meat alternative is lentils. I buy lots of dried lentils, canned lentils. Are you into anything like that as well?
Um, I am, but I don't think my kids are.
Hmm.
So I am looking for ways of trying to introduce the beans slowly.
Yeah.
Because like, even if I make a chili or something, the kidney beans are a definite no, so I don't have any of the red kidney beans, but I've been able to get white bean chili. I did a white chicken chili one time, and it had the white beans in there. So I think I used Great Northern beans for that, and they liked that. And so we're getting that black beans. Um, so yeah, canning.
We're all just reading this. Thanks, Cynthia. No, I hear you on the beans,
Yeah.
and back to the canned fruit. Do you buy the fruit cocktail because it feels like there's more in there because they're smaller? So that's what I because the halves of things they're all jigsawed in there, but the fruit cocktail is stuffed. That's what I find.
It's the one I can find the most.
Yeah.
And most often, that's like even in Sharp Shopper, that's there's always there. It doesn't seem like they ever run out of it. So yeah, there's a lot of fruit cocktail on my shelf, but we also go through it really fast too.
Mhm.
So that and the mandarin oranges, I think, are the two big ones that we have.
Yes,
Yeah, and
that sounds
applesauce,
good.
a lot of applesauce.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Preparedness veteran is asking, does anyone have Dr. Bonner's liquid soap? Yeah, I do. I use tons of it. I use the eucalyptus and the rose one, and I use it for literally everything, even cleaning shoes, scrubbing things. I love the Dr. Bonner's. Do you do that one as well, SassyGal?
I don't think I've heard of that, Dr.
Yeah.
Bonner's. I see a lot of people with the Myers brand. Oh,
Oh,
Prepping by
nice.
Faith.
Yeah, good to see prepping by Faith here. And I think there's another question from Nene. Have you ever made dehydrated venison and made jerky?
I made jerky once. So it was, to me at the time, I made it a long time ago, and it felt like it was just so intensive. And I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I'm not going to be doing this a lot. But I changed my tune a couple years ago. So
Hmm.
my dehydrator is getting a lot of use.
Oh yeah. What is the most recent thing you dehydrated?
The most recent I did was dehydrated marshmallows.
Oh, cool.
You guys, they are okay. I saw somebody doing it, and I thought that I'm like, why would you really want to dehydrate marshmallows? They kind of last a while anyway. But these little boogers, when you eat those, oh my gosh, they are so good. They taste just like candy. So I went through and spent a whole weekend. My Sharp Shopper had these 3 bags for $1. And so I went through and did all 3 bags. And now I have all these little jars of dehydrated
Yeah.
marshmallows.
Yeah.
But I do a lot of the mixed vegetables. I'll buy the frozen mixed vegetables and then just spend a whole weekend just doing a whole bunch. And so I've got a bunch of jars of those, and that's the easiest to do if you're a newbie to dehydrating, like I was. I guess I still am. I don't know. When do you not get to be a newbie? Like when you've been doing it for
I
for a
think
long time.
when you're doing these things like marshmallows, I think you're not a newbie anymore.
Okay, then I pass. Yeah, but I've done a lot of the frozen mixed vegetables was just the easiest thing for me to do. There wasn't a lot of prep time. Um, rather than and I've done the applesauce, spread it on the tray, and then you can do like fruit roll-ups.
Mhm.
I've done those.
Oh,
So
that's so cool.
mhm, that's good. But yeah,
We
that's I'm not the venison is just it's so time consuming to me. But if someone has a super easy recipe, I'll be willing to try that.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I've got a whole bunch of lemons in right now because Mr. VP makes
Yes.
me drink these lemon smoothies with whole lemons in them every day, and he's flying right now. So I I've got lemon stockpiling because he's not forcing me to drink it. It's like a cold shower on the inside. It's just intense drinking that. Thank
Okay.
you. Didn't you
I
see that? Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm not sure about that."
Yeah, yeah,
Lemon.
yeah. So I'm dehydrating the full one, so because there's a lot of benefits to the rinds. You just have to. I mean, there's certain people who shouldn't have the rinds, but if you just there's a lot of benefits for some people to have them. So I've got to dehydrate the whole thing and then find a way to eat it.
Yeah, there's
um,
a lot of good stuff in the rinds of your lemons, your grapefruit,
mhm.
and I think your oranges, if you can
So
stand it.
do you sneak those into the foods that you make?
Um, no. Unless it's a lemon zest, that's about the only thing I could sneak in. I did make a here's something else that's time consuming. I made a homemade, I don't know if you want to call it, I hope I can say this. It was a homemade drink that you can have from the rinds that's supposed to be helpful when you're sick.
Wow.
Well, that's probably too vague, but you were supposed to be you peeled all of the fruit, so your lemons, your grapefruit, and I think it was oranges. I can't remember now. And you
Hmm.
peeled all of that. You took the rinds, you put them in your crock pot, you covered them with water, and you let it simmer for several hours. And then you would squeeze all of the stuff from the rinds, take the juice, strain it, and that would be what you would drink during the cold and flu season to help
Oh
you fight
wow.
off any of the cooties that might come your way.
Oh wow. Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'll have to
Um,
find that and actually do it. How do I store beans and rice?
I think it's beans, beans.
Vegan beans, right?
Yeah.
Easiest way that I have done beans and rice is just get canning jars and um, fill them up, seal them up, put them in a cold or in a cool, dry, dark place, and you're good.
Mhm.
For added measure, you can stick an oxygen absorber if you're able to get some and put them in the jar along with that. Um, because that as long as it's airtight, if the beans are dry, the pasta's dry, rice is dry, just stick it in there, seal it up, make sure it's airtight, and put it away in a cool, dark place. Um,
Mhm.
I've also used the plastic jugs that have the number 1 and the PET E. Sometimes it's PET or PET heat here in the United States. Anyway, so that would be anything from like like I said, the Gatorade jars are really good.
Mhm.
Um, what else have I used? Simply orange juice that comes in the jug. I don't use like anything that had a milk in it, so I don't use a milk jug, but I do use those for other things. You can wash them out and use them for other stuff, but not for storing food. You can
Mhm.
use oh gosh, I've done the clear 2-liter bottles that would have like soda in them, and then you
Mhm.
rinse those out, sanitize them. You can put beans. You can be careful though, because the thing is like this big. But you can put beans and rice in those. Put the screw the top back on it, and then if you dip it in like a beeswax or something like that, it will create a nice seal, and then you can store those on your shelf too.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Jean has a question that stands out because it's in caps. I'm thinking of buying a dehydrator. What brands do you two use or recommend? I can
Ooh.
start that one because I think I was in I was in Arc Wildman's amazing live stream last night, like in the chat. And anyone who loves a live stream, just as a segue, definitely make sure you check out Arc Wildman's live streams are awesome. There was a dehydrator discussion, and I said I use the
Ooh.
super low budget Hamilton Beach. I just have two of them going there. It's the 5 tray, and it's probably one of the cheapest ones you can get, and I like it. I like it a lot. How about you, Sassy Gal?
I believe the brand is Nesco.
Mm.
It's round, and I believe I think it has about the same amount of trays.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came with like 2 solid um, rings to go on there, so you can do the fruit roll up things.
Mm-hmm.
Probably do eggs in it too, but yeah, mine. I believe it's Nesco is the brand, but I only have one.
Yeah, well, mine are
It's a lot of
small,
use right
so
now.
yeah. If what would you tell someone if they were going to embark on the journey of buying a dehydrator?
Oh my
What
gosh,
advice would you give for that life journey?
shop around,
Yeah.
depending on what your budget is. And I have to say, my husband actually bought this one for the purpose of doing the venison jerky. Um, and by the way, I did turkey bacon jerky, if that can be called that. I did turkey bacon and did made jerky with it, so that never lasts long. So I don't have any. I get it and I make
Yeah.
it and it's gone. But he bought it and he did the same. He just shopped around, looked at the reviews, and he landed on this one. But I could not even tell you. Maybe I should send him a text.
Yeah.
Buy that for
Yeah.
because we've had it for several years, and it's just been sitting in next to my big canning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so bad. I'm so bad. I had all these things at my fingertips and I just did not use them for several years. And now I'm using them like crazy. So I'm glad we have them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Sometimes that's just the way it goes, and it looks like Rita's saying Nesco is good and not so expensive, but
Okay.
she's saving up for an Excalibur. That just sounds intense.
Excalibur
Excalibur.
sounds like a bourgeois one.
Oh, yeah. Yes, exactly. Whoa. The only reason I have two is I got sent two by accident, and I was
Oh.
like, hey, maybe I need two. So I ended up paying so that I kept the two, but it wasn't that I was that ambitious. I just ended up with two. Oh yeah, Rita, thrift stores and Goodwill. People get them
Ooh,
and don't. Oh,
good idea. I need to go thrifting.
do you ever do that?
It's been a while. It's like I said, it's been a long time. I just kind of got out of.
Yep.
I think when I started, this is a little off topic, but I started leading a scout like troop. It's called American Heritage Girls, and I became troop leader of that. And when I did that, I kind
Wow.
of put a lot of stuff on the back burner
Mhm.
and focused on the
Mhm.
girls and running the troop and everything. And I just kind of put all that stuff away and got busy with other stuff. Now that my girls are older,
Mhm.
my oldest graduated 3 years ago. My son graduated last year. So I'm like at that stage in life. And so I have
Mhm.
you know, all this time to do the stuff my grandma did that I watched growing up.
Mhm. Well, I would just say, as a follower of your channel or viewer or whatever you want to call it, I would love to go thrift shopping with you. If you did a video where you go in and see what you think is good or not so good, that would be a fun walk along video.
Ooh, that would be fun. I could do that. I could do
Yeah.
that.
And then Greyman Prepping is saying we stock beans and rice 5-gallon buckets. By the way, Canadians, I found Princess Auto, which I should I talk about them every day. I'm not affiliated, but I am in love with Princess Auto. And then Canadian Tire. They're the best place in Canada, I'm finding, to get not expensive 5-gallon buckets. If anyone else has suggestions, I would love to know. And then how about for you guys, SassyGal? Any opinion about the buckets?
That is it. I'm just sitting here listening, going, "Oh, maybe I should check some out." um, we have. Do you guys have Lowe's? Lowe's.
Yes.
Okay, like Lowe's, Home Depot type of place. Okay, so at Lowe's, that's where I've been getting my buckets because they're still just under $5 for the bucket.
Hmm.
But then you have to pay separate for the lid. Do you guys have to do that too? It doesn't
Um,
include the lid. You have to
oh
pay separate.
yeah, the sneaky. Who wants a lidless bucket? Come on, seriously.
Oh, right. Then I go to Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply is where I've been able to find the food grade buckets and those gamma lids.
Hmm.
And those gamma lids are the last time I only bought two because they were over $10 a piece.
Hmm.
$10 American. I don't know what that equates to Canadian, but I'm like $10 for a lid. Oh my gosh.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I've been able to go to the hardware stores
Hmm.
and find like lots of canning supplies, um, ammo. Can I say that? Freedom seeds.
Hmm. Oh
Um,
yeah. Yeah.
that was kind of surprising. And then I've been getting pet food at Tractor Supply as well because sometimes the stores don't have what we're looking for. So,
Hmm.
but you've got me interested in going to the auto store. I was going to check some of our auto stores and see what they have.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I haven't found anything less than $4.97 for a bucket, a 5-gallon bucket. If anybody else
Hmm.
has, share it. I don't know where to find. I want to find the cheap ones.
Well, we've got WV. It's a long name, firefighter. Grocery
Okay.
stores or the bakery will give them to you. I'm trying to figure out
Hmm.
what WV is.
Is
So
it
that's
West
what I'm
Virginia?
thinking. Oh
Is
yeah.
WV West Virginia?
I was thinking West Vancouver, but I feel
Oh,
like that's too small of a place to make the map here on. But
I've been wanting to ask you, is Van City, it have to do with Vancouver
it
part? Is that
does.
the new
Yeah.
name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That because Van City is we were downtown for a long time, and Van City is a nickname of the city of Vancouver. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So we've got some more. Oh, okay, so Houston area is the answer to my previous question, and
Okay.
5-gallon buckets get black or dark green, blue, light color buckets let light through. Yes. Okay, that makes tons of sense. Yep. Mhm.
Okay. I do have, so the Lowe's ones that I get are the blue. They're
Mhm.
darker blue.
Nice. Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
And I also want to say hi, Lori. Lori's up in over in Alberta. It's good to see you on here, Lori. Nice to and always enjoy chatting with you. And Lewis, Ace's Hardware. I'm gonna have to go through all these comments
Okay,
because there's
Ace, we have Ace Hardware here too. So
yeah,
that's where I usually have good luck finding stuff.
yeah. Oh, oh.
Okay, so really, so you can get them from the grocery store for because all right, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna go ask.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ask and see what I
Yeah,
find from the grocery
yeah.
store.
Yeah, totally. So I guess
The
to
lid.
bring it back to because we could just talk about lids and then we'll have to go change the title of the chat. But how worried we already talked about this a bit, but how worried are a scale of 1 to 10 are you of food shortages, say in the next 6 months
On a
in
scale
North
of eight.
America?
Hmm?
Or in North America, because we're already seeing them on a major scale in other countries. But do you think it's gonna hit here,
Here where I'm at, or just
or
here?
just United States? Yeah.
I do. Um,
Mhm.
I think that I've been. Oh, I'm gonna try to be careful here. I've been watching the news.
Mhm. Mhm.
So back in even back in December, I was visiting my in-laws, and the news was even saying then
Mhm.
to not stock up and let the store stock for you. Let the store do that for you, and you just pick up what you need as you
Mhm.
go.
Mhm.
No. Um, and so I've been hearing what they've been saying is just it's been coming. And so I think that it's going to be slow. I really don't think it's going to be like, boom, we're going to wake up and tomorrow there's going to be nothing. I think it's just going to be creeping up on us and creeping up on us, which is why we still need to keep, prep it up, pack it up, stack it up, y'all. Um, so we need to keep doing that, keep doing that. And then I heard something from the big cootie disease control place that they said that this was going to sorry, I'm trying to be code here. And they said that the bird cooties was going to be the next thing. So if that's going to happen and it's already affected, um, at least from what I've seen in my stores, it's already, there have been signs from producers that have said this has affected us. This is going to be, coming down the pike. You're going to be not having eggs, or you're going to be having skyrocket prices, that kind of thing. I do think that it's going to happen, and the telltale sign I think is going to be in the fall to see how the farms do this season and
Mhm.
what comes out or what doesn't come out.
Yep.
I do
Yep.
think something's going to happen. Love your code words. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
truckers.
Yeah, we'll put that one back on there. So, and the prices are going up, and I have actually been very fortunate to have received some emails from people that are wanting to chat about topics such as that it's just so expensive, of course, but it's getting more and more expensive. But some people are saying like they have no money and it's so
Mhm.
expensive to buy food. Like what can they do? And you do a lot of, like you said, coupons and budget shopping, shopping around to different places. So your channel would probably be a good place for people to go for
Yeah,
that.
I hope so. I'm trying to find ways to where you can find things for $1 still,
Hmm.
which I did a Walgreens video yesterday.
Hmm.
Um, and of course, trying to coupon if you can. I'm not even sure if anybody's doing coupons anymore. It's very hard to find paper ones. You have to download an app. But there are food banks here in the States. I don't know if you guys do that in Canada as well, but we have, I think you do. We have
Yep.
food banks that it can either be run from a church or a mission of some kind. Maybe, I don't know if it's a Red Cross or Salvation Army or something might do them too. I don't know. But we have one that's in the DC area that is the Capital Food Bank. And they have actually come out. Like I'm about an hour and a half from DC, and they come out this far. Of course, they personally don't, but they have people that go into the city and then they bring it out to the country. And so they'll bring it out. And so that's right where I was able to find, trying to help people that can't get out so much, like from our church, and I try to get some things for them, through the food bank. So,
yeah.
But other than that,
No, it's really tough. I did notice in some channels, video comment sections, some people are opening up and saying like these are my challenges, and I've noticed a lot of people giving feedback and ideas and what location are you, and coming up with things. I've got a friend who recently went to a food bank and was given some stuff, but one big portion of the stuff they received was stuff that they can't or don't eat. So we organized a trade. So we traded.
Oh, good.
Because it happened to be an item that I like to have. So we arranged that, but it's all about the communication of, hey, I've got this stuff. This is how, this is where I got it, and I don't want it anymore. So let's arrange something. So a lot of it is the communication or just putting it out there. Because people want to help.
Yeah.
But if they don't know, they can't help. If somebody doesn't say something, they can't help, right?
Yes. I like that, though, where you have some kind of a communication of some sort of community, what do I want to call it? Like a trade or a barter type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm done with this and you can have this and I'll take that and give you this. And that's really cool.
A good place to find those groups are the big channels, Discord sections based on regions. So Grayman Prepping, who else? Magic Prepping, Survival Living.
Okay.
Urban Prepper has one sort of. Those ones you can go into regions, or Instagram seems to be all right for. We've got a Lower Mainland Prepper chat on Instagram. So if anyone happens to be listening to this who's in the Lower Mainland who wants to be part of that prepper chat, what we do is it's in its infancy, but some of the things would be, there's a deal here over on that, or hopefully with some potential trades. Of course, people want to be careful with their own security and stuff like that, but some of these, a lot of it's just ideas sharing or resource sharing sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I love that. I need to find out where that is around me.
Yeah. And I mean, maybe you could have a chat in your Instagram that has people that are somewhat regionally, they have that store basically, the store
Right.
that so
who has one? The Sharp Shopper, whatever. Sharp Shopper shoppers.
Yes, that place sounds awesome. Because we're struggling with not being able to necessarily find what we want to get, and then also the price rises. And there are some awesome, great, wonderful channels out there encouraging self-sufficiency, which is great. There are some people though that are suffering from obviously disabilities, physical limitations, mental illness, very small spaces, because we have indoor veggies growing here, but it's not accessible for everybody to grow their own food, to buy land. Some of that stuff is accessible, some of it is not to some people. So how can we, I think there needs to be more talk about how to help in those circumstances.
Yeah, like even trying to grow something inside, or working with, if you like, my mom, growing up, we had in the apartment that we lived in, I'm thinking now back that we had a little bit of a community area. I wonder if that would be something that you could start with some neighbors and have a community garden or something. There's, I used to do square foot gardening, excuse me. And that was, literally by building a box, and then I had one 1 square foot, which I would get 9 plants in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was reading more because of like for the city, you could do it up on the rooftops. It's something that you can just build and fill and grow something that takes up very little space.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if it's something, especially for, I'm thinking of people that live in apartments or some kind of a condo area, if they will allow it, allow
Mm-hmm.
you to, to have a community garden of some sort.
Yes.
I just heard in West Virginia, my neighbor, and their agricultural person, I forget what the title is, had just put out a memo telling West Virginians to do what they can to grow something because they were anticipating shortages, the coming crisis. So they've been telling West Virginians to start growing something wherever they could.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Yeah.
another reason, why I'm kind of leery about what's going to come down the pike.
Absolutely. And Daisy's talking about microgreens and herbs. Yes. So we
Yes.
have a video, not trying to promote our video. It has like 10 views,
Yes,
but
watch it.
there's a video about some basic stuff you can get to grow indoors. Because if you have 1 or 2 grow lights or a windowsill, but 1 or 2 grow lights, we have microgreens growing all the time. It's in a spot that doesn't really have any light. Plus, if there's a crazy environmental thing that happens, it's protected. However, it does cost money to buy the grow lights, and I have put up the ones from Amazon that I got as a suggestion, and they were about $30 to $40. And once you have it, you can use it, and it will get your little seed started. It doesn't have to be from there, but I just mean they do have lots of options. And it was mentioned to me it'd be better to get one from a gardening center, which it would. But if we're going super low budget here, and it's the difference between having a grow light and not, they do have ones on Amazon that are very inexpensive and they work. So microgreens is a great one, and it looks like Prepping by Faith, who's an amazing channel, by the way. Grow bags on the balcony. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So.
I have grow bags, and I even have a little bit of a backyard, and but I just not something I've been able to like till up or do anything. So I'm doing that too.
Yeah.
Get the grow bags and put the soil in them.
Yeah. Yeah, and then in Preparedness Veteran, anyone have crazy laws that restrict them from growing things? That might be a question more for the chat, but I will say there were some issues in downtown Vancouver of people having too much stuff on their balconies growing and other people having issues about it. So, yeah.
If you live in here, I don't know if you guys have this in Canada, but in the United States, we have lots of HOAs, homeowners associations. And they tend to not be very nice for you to do something that you want to do in your own backyard. But yeah, we would definitely not be able to have anything like chickens. Not even sure if we can't have anything coop like. So I'm not even sure rabbits.
Nothing coop like.
Coop, anything would go in a coop. Rabbits, that kind of thing. They frown upon that. But I'm just looking. So like in our neighborhood, like we have like 6 backyards that all connect through we're fenced off, but they all touch each other. And I don't see anybody having a garden.
Yeah.
I think we might be the only ones.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the chat is so good here. Epic Gardening is a great YouTuber. There's a really good scolding video if you want to get scolded about all the things you shouldn't do. I was watching that video and I was like, I'm so sorry. I did all those things.
I know, I'm so intimidated to start a garden. I haven't,
Yeah, it's like they're like, do it.
These people are gonna see me.
Yeah, or they'll say like, oh, do it now. It's like, but there's snow on the ground. Stop. I can't. I'm in Canada, for goodness sakes. But in all seriousness, sprouting, preparedness veteran, sprouting technique in jars, using those ones don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sprouting in jars.
That's
and
right.
Then of course, if you're growing anything, just look up the safety of how to clean it and stuff like that, just to make sure that. So I wanted to be really safe, so I cooked some of my microgreens. Don't do that.
What happened?
Well, they just shrunk down to nothing, basically.
Like spinach, you put
And
spinach in it.
yeah, so I served Mr. VP this like half a spoonful. I was like, here's some 3 weeks worth of microgreens for you. Enjoy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyways, okay, so Daisy, some places have community gardens. Anything like that around you, Sassy Gals? Community gardens?
I have seen through I'm just thinking of the one. I know of one and I know where it's at, but I'm trying to think of who it's through. I think it was through one of the schools. A lot of our schools here have actually had like little gardens that they'll put out somewhere and
Mm-hmm.
manage it. I'll have to see if it's actually still going because a lot of things when 2020 hit in our
Yeah.
area, it seems like it just hasn't really recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, as far as anything trying to get back to any kind of normal. Um, so, and you don't see a lot of people outside still. I don't know. I live in an interesting area. But yeah, a lot of those little gardens were part of some kind of maybe 4-H clubs and things like that. So that's interesting. Now that I'm curious, I'll have to see if they're still going.
Mm-hmm. Thorhaven Farm. Any of those plastic containers, muffins, cookie, danishes. Now Thor, stop it. Danishes come in, are great for start and grow in as well. So if you guys want a meditative video, go over to Thorhaven Farm after this and watch that one with all the seedlings. Oh, so good.
It's
Okay.
very calm.
Yeah, wasn't that a good video? Um, so okay. Um, I know that SassyGal is near a large milestone for your subscriber amounts, so now would be a good time to go over and subscribe to SassyGal Prepping. You will be glad you did if you haven't already. And can you please tell us where people can find you? Because we're gonna um, probably continue on and do all of our prepping activities after this.
Oh, right. Well, of course I'm on YouTube, SassyGal Prepping, and Instagram, the same, SassyGal Prepping. I also have a Telegram channel. If you're on Telegram, you can find me at SassyGal Prepping. I like to do that's a place where we can talk a little more freely, and
Mm-hmm.
we can also do video chats there as well, and it's safe. So
Mm-hmm.
but for now, that's it. And then I do have an email, but I don't know if that's
Mm-hmm.
if you want to call, you just look on one of my videos and look down in the comments. That stuff is down
Mm-hmm.
there. So,
Yeah.
oh, have fun! Yay!
Yeah. It looks like I've seen that in the chat. There's been people saying that but then I know lots of these folks are um, already on your channel anyways, but there might be a few that haven't joined you yet.
Have
Well,
to be
that's
fun while we're
awesome.
trying to be serious too. So,
Yeah.
has
Wow.
anybody? I mean, I have a question because I'm just thinking about it for myself. Thinking about rationing anything. It's like I just so the eggs that I just bought recently, I've already told, like if you're gonna eat eggs, don't eat more than 2 per person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted them to stretch,
Mm-hmm.
because then there's things for baking and that kind of thing, because I was afraid the prices were gonna jump.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially well, in Sharp Shopper, they jumped. It's just kind of funny. My
Mm-hmm.
egg prices doubled, but then at Walmart, they stayed the same. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that's interesting. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, I mean, we have actually said the word ration in our house just to make sure that we're just not like, you know, eating like normal and like we don't care that something might not be happening, Like, can we just
Mm-hmm.
be a little bit, gas, everything gas is going up too. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, 100%. And I think one big shift that we're doing is we're just doing with less generally
okay,
so
yeah.
that we're
Mhm.
used to it. We won't be so surprised. And then if we do have anything left over, we can, try to help somebody or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, just lowering our expectations.
Oh, there you go. I had no expectations at all.
Like they're here and now they're.
Can we lower the bar anymore?
Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
gosh.
Yeah, how to make more with less. And McBean Scottish Fitness is here. That's cool.
Ooh,
Um, okay, Jean,
I'm
sounds
hungry.
good. Well, hopefully, Jean, I hope you have something in your pantry to eat, because all that preparedness will come in handy.
Yes.
Um, well, it's too bad to have to go when McBean just got here, but thank you so
Hey,
much
Harry.
for you guys showing up and
Thank you
hanging
for coming.
out. Yeah, and I'm definitely gonna go back and make sure I miss any comments later so I learn, because that's the best part of all this is all the feedback from everybody with all their expertise, because there's so many people who maybe they don't have a channel, so they have it, but they're experts, so we can't watch their videos, but we can read their chat stuff. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I definitely appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to let everybody know? No?
No.
Yeah. Sounds good. Well, we'll all look forward to your videos and thank you for coming on with us and everybody else.
Thanks for
Let's
having
see.
me.
Ark, thank you for dropping those links. And Rita, thanks for all your comments and the info from the Houston firefighter and everybody else. Cuba Bound, nice to see you again. Apartment Prepper, I'll check you out on Instagram. Okay, guys.
Woohoo!
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye, everybody.